Tell not me of fear.
Oh, hold. Get you gone. Be strong and present. In this resolve, I'll send a friar with speed to Mercutio, and with my letters to thy lord.
Love, give me strength, and in strength shall help afford. Farewell, dear father.
Farewell, farewell.
Scene 2. Hall in Capulet's house.
So many guests invite us here that are writ. Sir, go hire me 20 cunning cooks.
You shall have none ill, sir, for I'll try if they can lick their fingers.
How canst thou try them so?
Marry, sir, 'tis an ill cook that cannot lick his own fingers. Therefore, he that cannot lick his fingers goes not with me.
Go, be gone. We shall be much unfurnished for this time. What? Is my daughter gone to Friar Lawrence?
Aye, forsooth.
Well, he may chance to do some good on her. A peevish, self-willed harlotry it is.
See where she comes from shrift with merry look.
How now, my headstrong? Where have you been gadding?
Where I have learned me to repent the sin of disobedient opposition to you and your behaste, and am enjoined by Holy Lawrence to fall prostrate here to beg your pardon. Pardon, I beseech you. Henceforward, I am ever ruled by you.
Ah, send for the county. Tell him of this. I'll have this knot knit up tomorrow morning.
I met the youthful lord at Lawrence's cell and gave him what become love I might, not stepping o'er the bounds of modesty.
Why, I am glad on't. This is well. Stand up. This is as should be. Let me see the county. Aye, marry, go, I say, and fetch him hither. Now, afore God, this reverend holy friar, all our whole city is much bound on to him.
Nurse, will you go with me into my closet to help me sort such needful ornaments as you think fit to furnish me tomorrow?
No, not till Thursday. There is time enough.
Go, nurse, go with her. We'll to church tomorrow.
We shall be short in our provision. 'Tis now near night.
Tush, I will stir about, and all things shall be well. I warrant thee, wife. Go thou to Juliet. Help to deck up her. I'll not to bed tonight. Let me alone. I'll play the housewife for this once. Oh, what ho! They're all forth. Well, I will walk myself to County Paris, prepare up him against tomorrow. My heart is wondrous light, since this same wayward girl is so much reclaimed.
Scene 3. In Juliet's chamber.
Aye, those attires are best. But gentle nurse, I pray thee, leave me to myself tonight. For I have need of many orisons to move the heavens to smile upon my state, which well thou knowest is cross and full of sin.
What, are you busy? Ho, need you my help?
No, madam, we have called this such necessaries as are behoveful for our state tomorrow. So please you, let me now be left alone, and let the nurse this night sit up with you, for I am sure you have your hands full all in this so sudden business.
Good night. Get thee to bed and rest, for thou hast need.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I have a faint cold fear thrills through my veins that almost freezes up the heat of life. I'll call them back again to comfort me. Nurse, what should she do here? My dismal scene, I need I needs must act alone. Come, vile. What if this mixture do not work at all? Shall I be married then tomorrow morning? No, no, this shall forbid it. Lie thou there. What if it be a poison, which the friars subtly hath ministered to have me dead, lest in this marriage he should be dishonored, because he married me before to Romeo? I fear it is, and yet methinks it should not, for he hath still been tried and a holy man. I will not entertain so bad a thought. How if, when I am laid into the tomb, I wake before the time that Romeo came to redeem me? There is a fearful point. Shall I not then to be stifled in the vault, to whose foul mouth no healthsome air breathes in, and there die strangled ere my Romeo comes? Or if I live, it is not very like the horrible conceit of death and night, together with the terror of the place, as in a vault, an ancient receptacle, where for this many hundreds years the bones of all my buried ancestors are packed, where bloody Tybalt, yet but green in earth, lies festering in his shroud, where, as they say, at some hours and the night spirits resort. Alack, alack, is it not like that I so early waking, what with loathsome smells or shrieks like mandrakes torn out of the earth, that living mortals hearing them run mad? Oh, if I wake, shall I not be distraught, environed with all these hideous fears, and madly play with my forefathers' joints, and pluck the mangled bolts from his shroud, and in this rage, with some great kinsman's bone, as with a club, dash out my desperate brains? Oh, look, methinks I see my cousin's ghost, seeking out Romeo that did bite his body upon a rapier's point. Stay, Tybalt, stay, Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
Scene 4, Paul in Capulet's house.
Old, take these keys and fetch more spices, nurse.
They call for dates and quinces in the pastry.
Come, stir, 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 stir. The second cock hath crowed, the curfew bell hath rung. 'Tis 3 o'clock. Look to the baked meats, good Angelica. Spare not for cost.
Go, you cock queen, go. Get you to bed. Faith, you'll be sick tomorrow for this night's watching.
No, not a whit. What? I have watched there now all night for lesser cause, and ne'er been sick.
Aye, you have been a mouse hunt in your time, but I will watch you from such watching now.
A jealous hood, a jealous hood. What is there? Now, hello, now, fellow, what is there?
Things for the cook, sir, but I know not what.
Well, make haste, make haste. Sirrah, fetch dry logs. Call Peter. He will show thee where they are.
I am ahead, sir. They would find out logs and never trouble Peter for the matter.
Mass and well said, a merry horseman. Ah, thou shalt be loggerhead. Good faith, 'tis day. The counter will be here with music straight, for so he said he would. I hear him near. Nurse, wife, what ho? What, nurse, I say? Go, waken Juliet. Go and trim her up. I'll go and chat with Paris. Hi, make haste, and the bridegroom, he is come already. Make haste, I say.
Scene 5, Juliet's chamber.
Mistress! But Mistress Juliet, fast, I warrant her. She, my lamb, my lady, fie you slugabed. In love I say, sweetheart, why bride? What, not a word? You take your pennyworth now, sleep for a week. For the next night, I warrant the county Paris has set up the rest. That you shall rest but little. God forgive me. Marry and amen. How sound is she asleep? My niece must wake her. Madam, I let the county take you in your bed. He'll fright you up with faith, will it not be? But dressed and in your clothes, down again. I must needs wake you, lady. Wait, lady! Alas, help! Help, my lady's dead! Oh, where a day that I ever were born! Samaco vida, oh, my lord, my lady!
What noise is here?
Oh, lamentable day!
What is the matter?
Look, oh, heavy day!
Oh, me, my child, my only life. Revive, look up, or I will die with thee. Help, call help.
Well, for shame. Bring Juliet forth. Her lord is come.
She's dead.
What?
Deceased. She's dead. Alack the day.
Alack the day, she's dead. She's dead.
Lord, let me see her. Out, alas. She's cold. Her blood is settled, and her joints are stiff. Life and these lips have long been separated. Death lies upon her like an untimely frost upon the sweetest flower of all the field.
Oh, lamentable day.
Oh, woeful time.
Death that hath ta'en her hence to make me wail ties up my tongue and will not let me speak.
Come is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return.
Huh?
O son, the night before the wedding day hath death lain with thy wife.
Oh.
There she lies, flower as she was deflowered by him. Death is my son-in-law.
No.
Death is my heir. My daughter, he hath wedded. I will die and leave him all. Life, living, all is death's.
Oh.
Have I thought long to see this morning's face? And doth it give me such a sight as this?
Accursed, unhappy, wretched, hateful day, most miserable hour that e'er saw in lasting pilgrimage of his pilgrimage. But one poor and loving child, but one thing to rejoice and solace in, and cruel death has catched it from my sight.
Woeful day, most lamentable day, most woeful day that ever I did yet behold. Oh day, hateful day, never was seen so black a day as this, a woeful day.
Beguiled, divorced, wronged, spited, slain, most detestable death, by thee beguiled, by cruel thee quite overthrown. Oh love, oh life, not life, but love in death.
Despised, distressed, hated, martyred, killed. Uncomfortable times. Why camest thou now to murder our solemnity? Oh child, my soul, and not my child. Dead art thou. Alack, my child is dead, and with my child my joys are buried.
Peace. Oh, for shame. confusion's cure lives not in these conditions and these confusions. Heaven and yourself had part in this fair maid. Now heaven hath all, and all the better is it for the maid. Ah, your part in her you could not keep from death, but heaven keeps his part in eternal life. And most you sought for her promotion, for 'twas your heaven that she should be advanced. And weep ye now, seeing she is advanced above the clouds, as high as heaven itself? Oh, in this love, you love your child so ill that you run mad, seeing that she is well. Oh, she is not well married that lives married long, but she is best married that dies married young. Dry up your tears and stick your rosemary on this fair course, and by the custom is, and in her best array, bear her to church. And for thou, fond nature, bids us all lament, yet nature's tears are reason's merriment.
All things that we ordained festival turn from their office to black funeral, our instruments to melancholy bells, our wedding cheer to a sad burial feast, our solemn hymns to sullen dirges change, our bridal flowers turn for buried corpse, and all things change them to the contrary.
Sir, go you in, and madam, go with him. And go, Sir Paris, everyone prepare to follow this fair course unto her grave. The heavens do lower upon you for some rill. Move them no more by crossing their high will. And we skip all the way to Act 5.
Faith, we may put up our pipes now.
Forget those musicians. We know they're going to play.
Act 5.
Yes.
Scene 1.
Yes.
Mantua.
Enter Romeo.
A street.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne. All this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. A strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed, when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. News from Verona? How now, Balthasar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in chapel monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so that I defy you, stars? Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me, and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letters to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. Oh, mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts he dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds, with overwhelming brows, culling of simples. Meager were his looks, sharp misery had worn him to the bones. And in his needy shop a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed, and other skins of ill-shaped fishes. And about his shelves a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders, and musty seeds. Remnants of packed thread and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Noting this penury, to myself I said, and if a man did need a poison now, whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Oh, this same thought did but forerun my need, and this same needy man must sell it me. As I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold, there's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged to breath as violently as hasty powder fired doth hurry from the fatal cannon's wound.
Such drugs I have, such mortal drugs. But Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thy eyes. Contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it and take this.
My poverty, but not my will contents.
I pay thy poverty and not thy will.
Well, put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off. And if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
Where is thy gold? Worst poison to men's souls. Murder in this loathsome world, and these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
Scene 2, Friar Lawrence's cell.
Holy Franciscan Friar, brother, ho!
Ho, ho, ho! Ho! Ah!
Brother!
Friar John! This same should be the voice of Friar John. Welcome from Mantua. What says Romeo? Or of his mind be writ, give me his letter.
Going to find a barefoot brother out, one of our order, to associate me here in this city, visiting the sick and finding him the searchers of the town, suspecting that we both were in a house where the infectious pestilence did reign, sealed up the doors and would not let us forth, so that my speed to Mantua were stayed.
Who bears my letter then to Romeo?
I could not send it. Here it is again. Nor get a messenger to bring it thee, so fearful were they of infection.
unhappy fortune. Oh, by my brotherhood, the letter was not nice, but full of charge, of dear import, and the neglecting it may do much danger. Friar John, go hence, get me an iron crow, and bring it straight unto my cell.
Brother, I'll go and bring it thee.
Now must I to the monument alone. With this 3 hours will fair Juliet wake. She has bestrew him that much Romeo hath had no notice of these accidents. But I will write again to Mantua and keep her at my cell till Romeo comes. Poor living corse, closed in a dead man's tomb.
Scene 3, the churchyard. In a tomb belonging to the Capulets.
Give me thy torch, boy, hence, and stand aloft. Yet put it out, for I would not be seen. Under yon yew trees lay thee all along, holding thine ear close to the low hollow ground, so shall no foot upon the churchyard tread, being loose unfirm with digging up of graves. But thou shalt hear it whistling then to me, as a signal that thou hearest something approach. Give me those flowers. Do as I bid. Go.
I am almost afraid to stand alone here in the churchyard, yet I will adventure.
Sweet flower, with these flowers thy bridal bed I strew. Oh, woe! Thy canopy is dust and stones, which with sweet water might lightly I will do. Or, wanting that which tears distilled my moans, the obsequies that I for thee will keep, nightly shall be to strew thy grave and weep. The boy gives warning, something doth approach. What cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to cross my obsequies and true love's right? What, with a torch? Muffle me, night, a while.
Give me that mattock and the wrenching iron. Hold, take this letter. Early in the morning see thou deliver it to my lord and father. Give me the light, upon thy life I charge thee. Whate'er thou hearest or seest, stand all aloof, and do not interrupt me in my course. Why I descend into this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take hence from her dead finger a precious ring, a ring that I must use in dear employment. Therefore hence, be gone. But if thou, jealous, dost return to pry in what I further shall intend to do, by heaven I will tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild, more fierce and more inexorable far than empty tigers or the roaring sea. Balthazar?
I will be gone, sir, and not trouble you.
So shalt thou show me friendship. Take thou that, live and be prosperous, and farewell, good fellow.
For all this time, I'll hide me hereabout. His looks I fear, and his intent I doubt.
Thou detestable maw, thou womb of death, gores with the dearest morsel of the earth. Thus I enforce thy rotten jaws to open, and in despite I'll cram thee with more food.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin, with which grief it is supposed the fair creature died, and here is come to do some villainous shame to the dead bodies. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. can vengeance be pursued further than death? Condemned villain, I do apprehend thee. Obey and go with me, for thou must die.
I must indeed, and therefore came I hither. Good gentle youth, tempt not a desperate man. Fly hence and leave me. Think upon these gone. Let them affright thee. I beseech thee, youth, put not another sin upon my head by urging me to fury. Oh, be gone. By heaven, I love thee better than myself, for I come hither armed against myself. Stay not, be gone, live, and hereafter say a madman's mercy bade thee run away.
I do defy thy conjurations and apprehend thee for a felon here.
Wilt thou provoke me? Then have at thee, boy.
Oh Lord, they fight. I will go call the watch.
Oh, I am slain. If thou be merciful, open the tomb and lay me with Juliet.
In faith, I will. Let me peruse this face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble county Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not attend him as we rode? I think he told me Paris should have married Juliet. Said he not so? Or did I dream it so? Or am I mad, hearing my talk of Juliet, to think it was so? Oh, give me thy hand, one writ with me in sour misfortune's book. I'll bury thee in a triumphant grave, a grave. Oh no, a lantern slaughtered youth, for here lies Juliet, and her beauty makes this vault a feasting presence full of light. Death, lie thou there, by a dead man interred. How oft when men are at the point of death have they been merry, which their keepers call a lightning before death. Oh, how may I call this a lightning? Oh, my love, my wife, death that hath sucked the honey of thy breath, hath no power yet upon thy beauty. Thou art not conquered. Beauty's ensign yet is crimson in thy lips and in thy cheeks. Death's pale flag is not advanced there. Tybalt, lies thou there in thy bloody sheet. Oh, what more favor can I do to thee than with that hand that cut thy youth in twain, to sunder his that was thine enemy? Forgive me, cousin. Ah, dear Juliet, why art thou yet so fair? Shall I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and that the lean, abhorred monster keeps thee here in dark to be his paramour? For fear of that, I still will stay with thee, never from this place of dim night depart again. Here I will remain, with worms that are thy chambermaids. Oh, here will I set up my everlasting rest, and shake the yoke of inauspicious stars from this world-wearied flesh. Eyes, look your last. Arms, take your last embrace. And lips, oh, you, the doors of breath, seal with a righteous kiss, a dateless bargain to engrossing death. Come, bitter conduct, come, unsavory guide. Thou desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks, thy sea-sick, weary bark. Here's to my love. Oh, true apothecary, thy drugs are quick, thus with a kiss I die.
For St. Francis be my speed. How oft tonight my old feet stumbled at graves. Who's there?
Here's one, a friend, and one that knows you well.
Ah, oh, bless be upon you. Tell me, good my friend, what torch is yon that vainly lends his light to grubs and eyeless skulls? Huh? as I discern, it burneth in the Capitol's monument.
Oh, it does, holy sir, and there's my master, one that you love.
Who is it?
Romeo.
Oh, how long hath he been there?
Oh, half an hour.
Oh, no. Oh. Go with me to the vault.
Oh, I dare not, sir. My master knows not, but I am gone hence, and fearfully did menace me with death if I did stay to look on his intents.
Stay then. I'll go alone. There comes upon me, I fear still some unworthy thing.
As I did sleep under this yew tree here, I dreamt my master another fought, and that my master slew him.
Romeo! Oh, alack, alack! What blood is this which hath old stony entrance to the sepulchre? Oh, what means this masterless and gory swords? Oh, well, to be discovered, discolored by the place of peace. Oh, Romeo. Oh, pale, who else? What? Paris too? And steeped in blood? What the unkind hour is guilty of this lamentable chance? The lady stirs. Lady Juliet.
Oh, comfortable friar, where is my lord? I do remember well where I should be, and there I am. Where is my Romeo?
I bear some noise, I hear, and lady, come from this nest of death, contagion, and unnatural sleep, a greater power than we can contradict hath thwarted our intents. Come away, and the husband in thy bosom lies dead, and Paris too. Come, I'll dispose of thee upon a sisterhood of holy nuns, and stay not to question, for the watch is coming. Come, go, good Juliet, I dare no longer stay.
Go, get thee hence, for I will not away. What's here? A cup, closed in my true love's hand. Poison, I see, hath been his timeless end. O churl, drink all, and left no friendly drop to help me after. I will kiss thy lips. Haply some poison yet doth hang on them, to make me die with restorative. Thy lips are warm.
Lead, boy. Which way?
Noise, then I will be brief. O happy dagger, this is thy shield. There rest and let me die.
And Juliet has died, and Romeo has died, and all we need is Aeschylus to give us the final lines. A glooming peace.
We're skipping
to the very end of the play. Aeschylus. 6 lines for Aeschylus. Mr. Richard.
All right, I'm going for it.
Scroll. I don't see it.
A glooming
peace this morning with it brings. The sun for sorrow will not show his head. Go hence to have more talks of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned, and some punished, for never was a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
burgers left. Can I get my money back for that poison? It really didn't work.
Efficient.
That's right. You got the ED right. Lonnie, thank you.
Now we have to hear Peter's story.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you for remembering. I'll keep it brief because I know we want to go away. But in I think it was 1984, I was lucky enough to be able to go to summer school at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art in London.
Oh.
And the summer school, yeah. And I got a crush on one of the students there. Her name was Celeste. So after class one day, I said, Celeste, would you like to go out and have a drink with me? She said, Peter, I would like to, but I have friends in town. So would you like to join us? We're going to a pub at Covent Garden. Covent Garden is a big, like, open square, no traffic, lots of stores, and there's a pub upstairs. I said, sure. So we went up and we had drinks, and I met the friends, and we fed, and everything closes at 11 o'clock at night, everything. So at 11 o'clock, the pub closed. We went downstairs and said goodbye to our friends, and Covent Garden was fairly vacant of people. But she said to me, she said, you know, today we did that scene from Romeo and Juliet. And I said, yes, I know. She said, let's do it again here at Covent Garden since it's just us. And I said, really? She said, yeah, look, there's a milk case over there. We can use that as a balcony, set up against this pier, and we can do the balcony scene. And I said, okay. So we did, except she said, Peter, you be Juliet and I'll be Romeo. I said, okay. So I thought, well, just me and her, right? So I got up and she said, I said, Romeo, we're from the Romeo. We could do the whole scene with nobody around, except by the time we finished the scene, there was about 40 people who had gathered around. And we had a party.
Oh, nice.
40 people in Covent Garden, and they gave us a huge round of applause. So I did a scene from Romeo and Juliet in London at Covent Garden.
That's a
And some guy came up to us then and said, look, he said, what are you doing? And I said, we're studying at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art. He said, look, I'm a member of a private club nearby. Can I buy you a glass of champagne? So we went with him and we drank champagne. By the time I got home, it was 2:30 in the morning, and we showed up next day for the class. We were laughing and hugging, but we both had hangovers. But it was a wonderful story, and we've cherished it forever.
Love
Thank you
that
for
story.
Oh, nice story. Thank you.
Juliet in Covent Garden. Yeah.
I'm sure you're a great Juliet.
Yes.
You were standing on the
Yeah, the wooden case there. I was standing on it, yes.
Oh my goodness.
And she was standing right in front of me reading the part of Romeo. That was such fun, yeah.
What light through yonder window breaks.
Yes.
We need more light. We need more light.
Yeah, we did it. Anyway, that was the, thank you for letting me share. That was a cherished memory that I've never forgotten.
Talk
I have a
about
question.
gender bending.
What was your voice like when you did Juliet? Give us two
Well, I
sentences.
lightened it a little bit because I want to make it sort of a little bit effeminate, but I didn't do it like this. But nobody was watching it. I figured nobody cared because there was nobody. I just did it just for fun. We were doing it for fun. But I wasn't paying attention. And gradually, people were showing up. They heard us and they came over to listen to us. And by the time we finished, about 40 people were there giving us a round of applause.
And the money that you made from it?
Fabulous.
Yeah, no money. No money. It was just that. It was free drinks.
Ah.
So that was it.
I gotta go. Aloha, everybody.
Aloha. What's the next play, Jim? The next time?
See you.
Thank
Next
you.
play?
Two gentlemen with sticks called crab.
Sandy, we will talk soon. Glad you were here today.
Okay, see you again, Sandy. Thanks for
Good
coming.
job,
Thank you very
everybody.
much.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.
Aloha.
Aloha.